Can I say hello?
Hello. Pleasure to meet you.
I'm Clancy.
I'm Ash, yeah.
I grew up in Albany, so I'd only just moved up from the country. And yeah, I went to uni thinking, I'm going to find my people. I didn't really find anyone until Ash, and I was just kind of like blown away when we first started hanging out because we just got along so well. And it was kind of the friend that I always needed in high school, I feel. And yeah, I think just coming to a new city, big change, moving out of home. Yeah, I was only 18. So yeah, big changes.
Yeah, I think it was at that age where you kind of like thrust out of high school, and then there'd been like a couple of years in between where I tried to do something else at another uni, and then that didn't work out, and then went to this uni and be like, fuck it, just do art instead. But had like a partner through high school that I'd left, and then was just before meeting you very much at a point where I was like just open to meeting people or experiencing new things. And it's a similar thing where I like really wanted to like meet lovely people at uni, but never really gelled with anyone too much. So then when we did find each other and gel with each other, it was like sick. But yeah, mental health wise, I think we can both agree that it was quite a tumultuous time mentally, where you're kind of like finding your footing as like a young adult, I guess, like trying to figure out what to do, unhealthy habits with like food and alcohol, but not really knowing that it's unhealthy until some like a bit of time has passed, like a couple of years, and you look back and be like, oh, like we were having a great time, having so much fun, but also the detriment of the urine health sense. I think we're in some drawing. I know we were in some drawing electives together, and we were both quite nervous to meet each other. And after like a couple of years of friendship, or like a year or whatever, reflected on it and realized that we were both thought that the other one was too cool for the other. Yeah. When you're like nervous to meet someone because I don't think that they're not gonna vibe you or something.
I went up to Ash. We had all of our like paintings or like drawings on the drawings. We had all of our drawings in drawing class on the wall. I went up to Ash and I was like, it was like a picture of some fruit. And I was like, this is really something special. And then, yeah, we just got chatting, and Ash invited me to their birthday party. Was it your 19th?
Yeah, something like that. I didn't have heaps of friends at the time, and I kind of I last minute invited a bunch of people, but was kind of nervous inviting Clancy because I don't know if she'd want to come, but she ended up being the only person that showed up to like, I had like some treating food before going out to a music event or something, but it was just Clancy that rocked up to the dinner before. We just got a bit drunk to get to yeah, a little bit drunk. I think we just hung out all the time and got to a point where I was like at your house so much, and then when someone moved out, it was like, oh, I guess now I will move it because I'm always here, so might as well just live here.
Yeah. Ash didn't have her license, so I used to like drive down from like North Perth to go pick you up from Jandakot.
Or on the like,
yeah,
with the big
on the
like,
freeway.
duffel bag.
Yeah.
Ready to stay for a week or two.
Yeah, this was definitely like the first friendship I've had that, yeah, truly resonated just in the way that I always needed. I feel like I could always talk to Ash and they'd always listen, and vice versa. We were always a good ear for each other. And yeah, I think we just both love doing the same thing as well, and sharing like studies with each other too, like going to uni together. It was good, get on the bus.
Having that, it's such a fun thing, having the same schedule. And someone like, I guess the closest, yeah, would be when you're in like a romantic relationship with someone, like having meals together and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, on that kind of friendship level and romantic sometimes.
I think for a really long time, I've kind of struggled to find my people, or like friends or people that just like feel like the right fit. And I think what I've learned through our friendship, it's like a rare gem, and when you do find it, you got to like hold on to it and nurture it and like take care of it. And throughout like all of the waves of time, how things change, I think coming back to that, the root of it, that you are like a gem and you're very rare. You're a very rare bird, Ash. The roof is crying. there has been a few times where, or like just one time where I was in quite a toxic relationship and they weren't too happy with my friendship with Ash. And I was kind of like forced to say goodbye.
I was thinking about that the other day and I almost like have pushed that aside a bit. I'm like, but wait, that happened. Like I was in bed one day, like hanging out with my partner at the time, and Clancy called and said that we couldn't be friends anymore, basically, and that was a wild thing. And so there was like a chunk of time there where just had to kind of like not hang out anymore. And then when that subsided, it's like, what are we doing? Like, we need to be friends. Yeah, and then coming back together and reigniting that friendship is very necessary.
But in hindsight, looking at it, it's like one of those things that these things are always meant to be at the same time, because I feel like we had that time apart to just kind of solidify ourselves, because I feel like we did, like, as soon as we found each other, we were like, boom, like glued together, and which was great. But then it had to come a time where we had to break free and get that independence again and step into a new kind of chapter. Yeah, I feel like we've both, it's one of like the strongest parts of our friendship, I think, is like the listening. Like we both love and give each other so much time to just hear, even not even respond or give any advice, just to like sit and listen.
Yeah, listening is a big one, when you can just talk and have it received and give feedback where due. But otherwise, if it's like not needed, if it's just kind of venting or just like train of thought type thing, just being there and listening and giving a hug.
Yeah, most of the time as well, like when you are given that space to express what's in your mind, you kind of figure it out on the way, which I really like. Yeah, definitely the silliness is good. Yeah, I think it's nice to find someone that accepts you, and at the same time you're accepting them. Being able to be silly and playful, not take life too seriously, be a listening ear, and yeah, just a light. You're just like a light in my life. And very, very funny. You're very, very funny too.
I'll come home after like a big day and there'll be like 2 pieces of chocolate on my bedside table.
Yeah, or a big slab of cake in the fridge with my name on it.
Little smiling face. Freezing.
Yeah. I feel like, yeah, we do lots of things like for each other. Even just, I think, yeah, coming back to the silly thing, just not taking things so seriously, and Ash would do like a little dance or something in the kitchen. Just make me, feel a certain way. For the first time in my life, I just felt like totally accepted in all of my forms. And I feel like we've both seen each other in some really dark times and some really light times as well. Like, you've seen every single side of this prism.
Yeah.
I think you've probably seen the absolute worst of me that anyone has ever seen. Mm-hmm. And also then we've seen each other like bloom out of the concrete cracks and grow again, which is beautiful. Like, we've watched each other evolve and transform so many times. And I'm really grateful for Ash for sticking by me throughout all of that. Thanks. Thank you.